always heard the age-old saying, time and tide waits for none. This is an age-old belief that still holds true. No one can stop the clock or slow it down. Time will keep going whether one likes it or not. Because time doesn't wait for anyone, and once it's gone, it can't be reversed. Time is precious. Be it learning national anthems or reviving a lake, time has played a crucial role in my life. And at the age of 9, with no homeworks or exams to worry about, making the best use of time I was available in hand, I learned national anthems as a hobby, which grew up to be my passion, and I mastered the art of memorizing 260 countries' national anthems. Now, what makes it impactful is the time I took it and the age at what I had learned it. But had I waited for a few more years, it may not have had the kind of impact it had right now. Learning national anthems has taught me many life lessons: to never underestimate oneself, and when opportunity knocks on the door, just grab it, and to never waste time. Now, I began my journey of learning national anthems of 260 countries in 2014, when my Hindustani classical music teacher taught me the national anthems of 4 countries: India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Japan. Now, learning these national anthems, it lit a flare in me, and I wanted to learn more at all costs. But as my music teacher did not know any more national anthems to be played, I had to resort to YouTube and Wikipedia to be my music teachers. But in my music teacher did not know more than 3 national anthems, so after 3.5 years, I could sing the national anthems of 260 countries. Learning national anthems was one, but learning the stories behind those anthems was an added interest. And that is when I decided to study anthemology and become an anthemologist. And you're right, these words don't exist, but I want to learn sports anthems, states anthems, and all kinds of anthems in general. I have been invited to several consulates to sing their national anthems and at their diplomatic events. And I must say it has been an honor, as my talent is respected and acknowledged, irrespective of my age. And I am a believer of the quote, you're never too young to build an empire, and never too old to chase your dreams. So, time and age will not wait for anyone, and we need to keep striving and moving forward. Irrespective of our age, we have to have the confidence to beat all odds and bulldoze ourselves forward. My journey as an anthemologist has given me many opportunities. Meeting and being acknowledged by dignitaries, celebrities, felicitations, and being invited as a speaker or chief guest, all. Now, these things have not come easy, and sometimes it feels like we are running against time. But my parents have taught me to be patient and just enjoy the moment. I entered the Limca Book of Records in 2017 and later beat my own record for being the only individual to sing the most number of national anthems. And once I learned 260 country national anthems, everyone had just one question for me: what's next? In 2018, at the age of 12, I interned with the Youth Run NGO, which empowers the youth under United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And here, I came across a few SDGs and worked on a few projects pertaining to them. But the SDG which caught my attention and taught me a lot was SDG number 13, climate action. The world is reaching a tipping point beyond which climate change can become irreversible. And if this happens, we risk denying present and future generations the right to a healthy and sustainable planet. The whole humanity stands to lose. Kofi Annan, former Secretary General of the United Nations. Now, as I become aware of climate change and its consequences, I decided that the future of our planet is only in our control, and hence we have to save the planet, the one place and the one planet we call home. Climate change, like time, it is irreversible. Now, to give you a little insight on what the Sustainable Development Goals are, or SDGs, the SDGs are 17 goals which was created by the United Nations in the year 2015. Now, the aim of these 17 goals is to solve and eradicate the problems that we face. Now, these goals may be anything from zero poverty, gender equality, climate change, to even sustainable cities. And lastly, the United Nations goals and the member countries' goal is to achieving all these 17 goals by the year 2030 for our present and future generations. I have successfully completed projects in the field of climate change and sustainability to save my home. I've attended and organized climate strikes, gone on tree plantation drives, conducted internships on the Sustainable Development Goals from kids ages 7 to 14 years old. I've attended webinars and participated in several campaigns in sustainability. But I must say one of the biggest and most memorable projects I'm never going to forget was reviving a 4.5-acre lake in the year 2019 to 2020 as a team with 4 of my classmates, which was part of the WAFUNA, or World Federation of United Nations Association program, to spread and educate students around the world about the Sustainable Development Goals and encourage them to work on real life problems which educate everyone and spread the awareness of at least one SDG. So our WAFUNA project, as mentioned earlier, was a lake revival, and as we all know, Bangalore was once called the city of lakes, and our lakes have been encroached, filled with debris, manhandled in the worst way possible. But one man who is tirelessly working to revive our lakes is Mr. Anand Malikawad, and I am happy to share he is my mentor. So, under the guidance of Mr. Anand, we identified one lake near Vannarpettai and dived our heart and soul into it. This lake, called Mani Lake, is 4.5 acres in size, and when we first saw it, it was a huge marshland and an eyesore amongst the beautiful nature around it. During the execution of this project, time played a very crucial role, and we had to make the best use of every minute available with us. Now, once this lake was finalized, we budgeted and planned out the entire project, and we decided that each of us need to collect 2 lakh rupees through crowdfunding, which would amount to a total of 10 lakh rupees. Now, to do this, we just had 1 month, and we literally needed to get cracking. And lo, one of our teammates backed out, and we were now short on 2 lakh rupees in an already limited time and budget. So, the 4 of us decided to pull up our socks and work extra hard to collect the deficit amount. Our mentor gave his expertise and compensated by using materials available in and around the lake. Here, all of us 14 years of age who had taken up an Herculean task of reviving a lake which had to be completed within 1 month after collecting the funds. We had to balance our academics and collecting money and visiting the lake every Sunday and on public holidays, learning more about the lake revival. By the end of November, we had accumulated a total of 8.27 lakh rupees through crowdfunding. December 5th, 2019 was considered an auspicious day and time to begin our physical work, and hence the lake revival began. Again, racing against time, we had to complete the project in a little more than 40 days as we were headed to New York to present our project at the United Nations headquarters. Was it possible? Yes, we believe so, and our mentor kept us educated on the weekly progress and weekends, and was something we really look forward to. We would spend our whole Sunday traveling 1.5 hours to the lake and learning about the nuances of the lake revival, and again travel back 1.5 hours, only eager to get back the next weekend and seeing our lake taking shape. 28 days later, the beginning of January 2020, we had successfully revived the lake, and we were standing tall and talking about taking up this impossible task, crossing all hurdles and eagerly waiting to present it at the United Nations. We had garnered a lot of accolades for our efforts and were felicitated by the Higher Education Minister of our state, Mr. Suresh Kumar. We had created many firsts in this project, and I'm proud to say this. It was the first time 14 years olds were collecting a sum of 2 lakh rupees each in the history of our crowdfunding partner, Fuel a Dream. It was the first time a lake of more than 4 acres was revived at the cost of 8.27 lakhs. The first time a project of this magnitude was executed by a team of 5 students in the history of our school, Vidyashilp Academy, and it was the first time a project was successfully completed even before its final presentation at the United Nations. Now, as mentioned, at every stage of this project, time was a very important factor. Running against it at every phase, it taught us the importance of time management and valuing time. We all take time for granted and we feel we have all the time in the world to achieve our goals or live our life. No, we all have thought we have time. We are young and we can do this project in the coming years. We were wrong. Little did we know COVID would bring our whole world to a standstill and our dreams of traveling will be halted so indefinitely that the virtual form of presenting and communication becomes the way of life. But we are so glad we grabbed the opportunity that was given to us and we were able to make the best use of it. Time and opportunity should never be underestimated. Now, post the onset of COVID-19, webinars and online events became the order of the day. Making the best use of the opportunity and time I had on hand, I have participated in many online events and also attended online months. I've conducted WhatsApp Housey for a Cause and donated the proceeds of the amount collected towards COVID-19 relief projects. 2020 will be a year where every student will be questioned how well we used our time, which was at our disposal. 2020 taught me to mold a bad time into a good opportunity. COVID has made a deep impact not only on the physical health of people but on the mental health too. And during this time, I became a part of the program called Voice of Our Child, where we talk about mental health issues amongst children and teenagers, seeking help and fighting it, and to show that it is not a taboo. And through this program, I have met children from all over the world and adults who have been through difficult situations, tough times, and that tough times are faced by every individual. And we need to be mentally strong and that we will overcome it. Another initiative I represent is called hashtag Rocks for Recovery. And we at Rocks for Recovery, we the youth spread the awareness of substance abuse and its recovery and seeking help. And this is an initiative of Miss Denmark 2021. The reason I am telling about this is because it's not during these arduous times that I met these people from around the globe who are working towards a noble cause, but it also reminds me of Albert Einstein's words. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Don't let tough times bog you down because time on earth is so limited, but the value of time is unlimited. Reach for the unlimited before time limits you. Remember, time will limit you at any point of time without a warning. So value time. Thank you.